Just starting off, you get, I mentioned the other day that you get two types of water, well not two types, you get one type of water pump, but there are differences between the original one, which is that one. This is the original, this one comes off my vehicle on top here, off this Opel Corsa Gamma Bucky, comes off that one. And the water pump originally has this type of fins on it. I think that's like an aluminium fin. That is not like what this is made of. I think this is steel or some sort of compound. I'm not quite sure. But these ones, this is the original one. You can even see the configuration of the spiral is different. You look at that. Totally different in configuration. So you see there is a difference in water pumps. So when they made this vehicle originally, this is what they did. This is the original thing. Now as the years went by, they started changing it to this design. And obviously this is not original. This is the original one from the factory. Comes with the vehicle, came out standard with it. But then they changed over to the one with this type of fins on it. Now there's two types like this. You get this fin which is at an angle. And then you get the one where the fin is straight. It's actually, I think it's virtually straight. I'm not sure if it's exactly straight, but it's definitely not like this one. So those are the two current ones you get available at the moment. I prefer this one. It's much closer to the original, spec. It looks closer, and it's also at the same height and everything. All the dimensions are the same. They don't work exactly the same, but you know what? It's gonna work. So. And it's the only thing you can get right now, so that's the right thing to put in. Don't try and get one of these. I think if you're going to try and get one of these, you're going to end up buying something that's really old, and you don't want that. Rather go with a new one, because inside this water pump, you'll see. Yeah, this is my number 2. The second one I put in. I got the third one is in now already. So this is the third water pump I've put in maybe 4 years. And not because it packed up, but because I just changed it out. So it's like part of my major service. So yeah, so if you look at this one, inside it's got bearings inside here. It's a bearing and a seal. And what happens is that bearing and that seal will tend to pack up, and water will run out here. So what you'll see is, if you look at your engine, this should be at the bottom. When it's in your engine, that should be facing down somewhere, depending upon how you've clocked your water pump, which is another story completely when it comes to the timing, to the tensioner. I haven't spoken a lot about tensioners. I need to find the actual tensioner. I've got them somewhere, and I've got to find them. And we're going to speak about tensioners and clocking the timing belt and the tensioner, because there's quite a way to do it. And the only way I can't tell you, I've got to show you and explain to you. Anyway, so if you see water coming out here, then like running out, then you know this water pump is finished. Or even if you see the water coming out, probably out of here, behind this where the belt goes on. So you look at it like that, you'll see the water running out of the back here. It'll drip down. Or if you just see water and coolant. We had a long discussion about coolant the other day, but water and coolant will come out of this thing, out of this side, because that will be into the engine. You won't be able to see what's going on there. Worst case scenario, you haven't changed your water pump in, gosh, maybe like 10 years or something, and these are all gone, or you actually haven't used coolant. Coolant, plain water will eat away at this fins here, and it'll eat this body away as well. You can see this one's got, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's got signs of pitting. Now the water does that to any metal part on the engine, cylinder heads, water pumps, anything that goes into the water or through which water runs, pitting will start to happen. And that's what happens if you don't use coolant in your engine. You need to definitely put some coolant into the engine when you're doing that. So I think that's the main thing about water pumps. Yeah, you know, when you put this in, don't use silicone. Some guys, they put silicone over here and they try and seal it up to the block, and that's not how it's supposed to work. When you I don't have the O-ring here, but there's like an O-ring that goes around here, And when you put this onto the engine, there's 3 bolts. Those 3 bolts, they basically holding this thing in place, and they create an even pressure, and they squeeze that O-ring, and that's the end of it. That's all that you need to do. Do not put gasket maker in there. If you're needing to put gasket maker, it means that there's some other problem. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your water pump out, and if somebody's already put gasket maker on it, then rather clean off all the gasket maker and then just stick this one back in. Inspect your engine, the inlet, the port that this goes into. Inspect that and make sure that that's not pitted or there's not much gasket maker on it. And then get the proper O-ring. It usually comes with a new pump. You won't have to buy a separate O-ring. It comes with a pump, and then just install it like that, and then you should be fine. But remember,